If you're a young person right now and you find it difficult to make friends because you feel like you're trying too hard or you're doing too much, then I strongly recommend you watch this video because I may have some tips that could help you out. A lot of the time, people who are young seek attention a lot because they don't necessarily know what they should do or how they feel like that making friends or forming close relationships is a heavy task. That's something that you need to go out of your way to do. And you should definitely put yourself out there. You should definitely try and make friends with people. You should definitely try and put yourself in a position out of your comfort zone. Go and meet new people, go and engage in activities with people. But what you should never do is you should never attention seek. You should never try and get people to like you, because you will find very quickly that this is not going to work at all. When you try and get people to like you, it's very difficult to come back from that, because people will form an idea of you the moment they meet you, right? And it has to be, you have to give off a very friendly and confident vibe about yourself the first time you meet people. You have to show that you have to be yourself, but you have to be just be a confident and friendly version of yourself. Because a lot of the time, the thing is, right, you attention seek because you don't necessarily know how to build relationships with people. You don't know how to make friendships. You have never really been shown by anyone how to build friendships. You've always been stuck, you've always been lost, and it's always been a confusing task for you. But attention seeking is not the way to go. It's not the right way to go about it, because it will only push people further away from you. Someone's on their motorbike outside. It'll only push people further away from you, because you have to think about it like this, right? People don't want to be around someone who is making a fool of themselves. And a lot of the time, people who attention seek, the first thing they do is they think that they have to try to make friends. They have to try to impress people. They have to try to get people to like them, when this is never always the case. It's good to know that you're a likable person. You want to be a likable person, of course, but you should never put yourself to the extent where you're sort of making a mockery of yourself. You're sort of putting yourself in a position where people are going to dislike you because of the act that you've put on. Now, the reason you're putting on this act, though, is not because you are necessarily like that. It's because you just want people to sort of accept you, or basically not really accept you at all, accept something that you have put on. And that's never going to work. People are not going to accept people who put themselves in ridiculous situations. No one's going to accept that, right? So you have to understand that when you are attention seeking, when you are doing ridiculous, when you're going out of your way, doing ridiculous things or saying ridiculous things in order to get people to validate you, then it's not making you look cool. It's not making you look funny. Maybe that's your goal, but it's not doing either of these things. You have to understand that it's only making you look like a ridiculous, pretty much. It's only making you look like a fool. And you don't want to look like a fool in front of these people. You don't want to look like a fool in front of other people. But if you continue doing this, then you will. And then people will stop wanting to associate with you. The thing is, right, before you've even tried to put on a show for anyone, people have already decided whether they like you or not, because first impressions are everything. With all sorts of people. This goes for everyone. This doesn't just go for guys or girls. This goes for everyone. First impressions are the first thing that people notice about you. And you don't want that to be your first impression. You want your first impressions to be just a genuine, decent, confident version of yourself. You don't want to put on any act. You don't want to do anything ridiculously out of your way to try and impress people, because they're not going to like it. It's going to leave a bad taste in their mouth. I didn't say that. You'll quickly realize that when you stop doing this, people will start to gravitate to you a bit more. People will start to think, oh, okay, this guy's actually pretty good. I like this guy. He's decent. He's not trying to put on an act. He's not trying to put on a show. But if you keep doing this, then you're going to find that less and less people will fuck with you, because they don't want to be around a clown show. They don't want to be around that. They want to be around people that they can relate to. They want to be around people that they can just be themselves around. And you want to be yourself around these people. You don't actually want to put on an act. You just want people to like you, and it's not the way to go about it. But if you continue attention seeking throughout your life, you'll find that you won't have many people around you. You'll find that less and less people want to associate with you, because they have this idea about you now. You don't want to look like that. The first time that you actually, if this has been a problem for you in the past, the first time that you actually don't do anything to impress other people, the first time that you actually be yourself and just be a genuine, confident, cheerful person of yourself, or cheerful version of yourself, and you don't have to put on an act, you just act like a normal human being, and you don't try and impress people, you will find that people think, wow, this guy is actually, I fuck with him, right? Or I fuck with her. But attention seeking won't get you there, all right? And a lot of young people particularly struggle with this. A lot of young people that don't have a close net of friends, because they don't really know how to connect with people. They don't really know how to, they struggle to connect with people. They don't want to put themselves on show, but they feel like they need to. And this is a big problem. And it's not talked about enough. I don't hear many people saying that this is much of an issue when it is. I have seen this happen a lot. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced it and seen it happen a lot as well. You need to encourage people to just be themselves, and understand that maybe not everyone will like you for who you are, but at least you know that you're authentic, you're genuine. You don't have to go out of your way to do anything. And you'll find a lot more people would like to be around you. But you just got to take a deep breath and not try. Next time you get invited out somewhere, next time, I don't know, someone invites you to go play golf or something along those lines, an activity, or maybe you plan the activity. Next time that you do this, next time you go and do a leisure activity, or go out with your friends, or go out with people, don't try to put on a show. Don't try to be the center of attention. Don't try to be the center stage. Just be yourself. Be a confident version of yourself. That doesn't mean doing stupid shit. That just means smiling, having a fun time, being in the moment, shaking people's hands. Hey, it's nice to meet you. It doesn't mean just doing ridiculous things to make yourself look like an idiot. Just be friendly and confident, and know within yourself that you are a likable person. You don't have to do anything to be likable. You don't have to put on a show. A lot of young people struggle with this, but it does need to be addressed a little bit more, because this is a big underlying problem that isn't spoken about or addressed enough. A lot of teenagers are struggling with attention seeking because they don't know how to genuinely make relationships or friendships or connections with anyone. So a lot of them do have this problem. And it needs to be sorted out as soon as possible. But I'm going to wrap this video up, so thanks for listening. If you got any video recommendations, please let me know. And I'm going to try and post a little bit more. I said I know I'll only post on Sundays and this, that, but honestly, I think I'm going to have to post once every 2 or 3 days. I think that'll be a little bit more consistent. So thanks for watching, and subscribe.